Oyez, oyez, oyez. This hereby opens the royal court of their majesties, Morgan and Elizabeth, King and Queen of Atenveldt.
Hello, everybody. This is probably going to be awkward and not go as smooth as we wanted to being the first one, but we wanted to be able to see your faces and for you to see us. And we have some awards we'd like to get started with. And is there any other words you have?
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we hope that you are all healthy and safe and continue to be so. And yes, I think I'm ready.
Their Highnesses have any words?
You know, we're living in a very strange time holding court of our living rooms, but we are so happy that everybody could be here, and we hope that everybody's staying safe and healthy and active. And you know, it's an interesting time to find inspiration, and you guys are definitely bringing it to us right now, so thank you.
That works.
I don't know that I have anything to add. This is definitely, you know, as somebody who kind of grew up with technology, this is a very interesting, kind of cool concept for me. At the same time, it's very weird because I'm so used to being with everybody, but I'm definitely excited to be here, so thanks everyone for joining us.
Their majesties now have business with Noah of Atenveldt.
It's come to our attention that Noah's quite consistent with Barony of Atenveldt's practice, and he's always out there helping at events. But we figured out that he's not a lord. So we will fix that today.
Let it be known to all before whom these letters come that we, Morgan, King by right of arms, and Elizabeth, Queen by grace and beauty, do hereby bestow upon our subject, Noah of Atenveldt, an award of arms. At this time, we grant you the rights and charge you with the responsibilities of this rank, done this 7th day of December, in the year Anno Societatis 54, or 2019, in the Common Era. Morgan, King, Elizabeth, Queen.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Cynthia de la Dale.
3 cheers for this newest Lord of Atenveldt. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Their majesties have business with Johann Wolfgang von Hesse.
Johann has been working really hard for some time for the kingdom. He's previously helped run the period encampment at Estrella. He did Radio Estrella for folks that are familiar with that. He does a lot of cooking for folks, and he's run all the local events down in Mons, and as well as a woodworking workshop that he puts on for folks to learn. And so we would like to recognize him today as a beacon of the desert.
Whereas it has come to our notice that our subject, Johann Wolfgang von Hesse, has served our realm with dedication, we do admit them into our order of the Beacon of the Desert, done on this 21st day of December, Anno Societatis 54, being 2019 in the Common Era. Morgan, Rex, Elizabeth, Regina.
The scroll's done by Lord Colsbane, Bloodrothen, and the calligraphy was Dame Refna Karsephne.
3 cheers for our newest Beacon of the Desert. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Their majesties now have business with Bahara the Mauve.
Between being an authorized rapier fighter and starting to work with archery and entering A&S with her stained glass, helping whenever she can, she doesn't have an AOA. That's got to change.
Whereas it has come to our notice that through diverse great efforts that our subject Bahara the Mauve has greatly enriched our realm, it is thus our pleasure to reward you with an award of arms. At this time, we grant you the rights and charge you with the responsibilities of this rank. We charge you to consult with ourselves and our heralds to determine unique and suitable arms. Done by our hand this day of Estrella 36, Anno Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era. Morgan, Rex, Elizabeth, Regina.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Clara Luisa de Livorno.
3 cheers for our newest Lady of Atenveldt. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
And I just wanted to add to His Majesty's words and say that I had the pleasure of fighting alongside this lady at Northern War Practice and just had a fabulous time giggling and just having a good time with her. So congratulations, lady.
Their Excellencies of Tirskathir would like to announce that the Barony of Tirskathir is hosting a virtual Zoom ANS fair and competition on Saturday, June 13th, 2020, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. All are welcome to display their fine works of arts and sciences, and rules are posted in our May newsletter. Please contact Mistress Magdalene for event details. Their Majesty's next order of business is with Leo the Red.
I have been sort of keeping my eye on this gentleman for a long time. We've had some exchanges about art and garb and just general conversations. Very pleasant young man to talk with. But he's also doing quite well in the rapier community. He won the rapier champion tournament for the Barony of Sundragon, and then went on to fight in the tournament for the Champion of Champions. He practices in a couple different baronies, and he's really been growing in his skill. And so today we would like to honor him with a golden blade.
Now do we, sovereigns of Atenveldt, wish to acknowledge those good gentles who through their skill in and teaching of the art of rapier have greatly enriched our realm. It is therefore with great pleasure that we admit Leo the Red into the Order of the Golden Blade. Herewith do we set this down by our hands on this 12th day of January, Annal Societatis 54, known as 2020 in the Common Era. Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
This scroll was illuminated by Baroness Sancha Galindo de Toledo, and calligraphy was by Lady Ida Grimm.
3 cheers for our newest golden blade. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Their Majesties have business with Masala al-Rakasa.
On top of being the exchequer for the Shire of Windale, also does tons of work as a lady in waiting for B&Bs when they're traveling, made sure that the B&Bs got fed, even with allergy issues at Kingdom ANS. I think this individual definitely shines.
Whereas it has come to our notice that our subject Masala al-Rakasa has served our realm with dedication and honor, therefore we, Morgan, King by right of arms, and Elizabeth, Queen by grace and beauty, admit them into our order of the Beacon of the Desert. Done this 4th day of Australia War, Annal Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era. Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Her Excellency Banthane Gwen.
3 cheers for our newest Beacon of the Desert. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Their Majesties have business with Victor Ingmar von Strobe-Rolbrot.
So this gentleman has been participating as a bard for about a year. He's currently the baronial bard for Sundragon, and he's the herald for their excellencies. And we believe that this kind of service to his barony and through his barony to the kingdom is deserving.
Shout loudly to all the people of Atenveldt that Victor Ingmar von Strobe-Rolbrot has earned honor and renown. Their service unto the realm is praiseworthy. Therefore do we, Morgan and Elizabeth, King and Queen of Atenveldt, reward them with an award of arms in token of their worthiness. Done this 28th day of March, Annal Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era, Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
This scroll was also done in its entirety by Her Excellency Banthane Gwen.
3 cheers for our newest Lord of Atenveldt. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
The next order of business that their Majesties have is with Bethia of Twin Moons.
She's been playing for just over a year, and he jumped in right out of the gate as baronial waiver secretary, and I did that job an eternity ago, and it's a thankless job, and she does it with a smile. every week at practice when we were having practice still. She's always willing to help, and she makes treats for the Baron, which he probably doesn't need if he wants to keep fitting in his armor, but she's not a lady of Atenveldt, so today we'll fix that.
Whereas it has come to our notice that through diverse great efforts that our subject Bethia of Twin Moons has greatly enriched our realm, it is thus our pleasure to reward you with an award of arms. At this time, we grant you the rights and charge you with the responsibilities of this rank. We charge you to consult with ourselves and our heralds to determine unique and suitable arms. Done by our hands this 22nd day of February, Anno Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era. Morgan, Rex Atenveldt, Elizabeth Regina.
This scroll was done by Clara Luisa de Laverno.
3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
The next order of business is for the creature named Tucker.
So Tucker belongs to Lady Bethia, and he's this cute little fluff ball. She brings him out to practice with her, or did when we were having practice. And he is amazing. He gives kisses to everybody. He likes to play ball. He takes all the little kids for walks because clearly they need to be walked. And occasionally when he feels like his mom is needing some exercise, he'll slip the leash and take off like a shot. And so she has to run and get her steps in that way to catch him. And so we would love to make him a member of our menagerie today.
Let it be known to all before whom these letters come, that we, the Crown of Atenveldt, do hereby bestow upon our subject, Tucker, entry into our order of the Royal Menagerie, done this great day of Australia War, Anno Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era. Morgan, Rex, Elizabeth, Regina.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Master Rowan McKay.
3 cheers for our newest member of the Royal Menagerie. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Lady Fina Ingen Ishaleg would like to render thank yous to all those who participated in the Atenveldt safety dance. Hopefully everyone was able to see that on YouTube. Their Majesty's next order of business is with Eric of Sugduck.
This individual, he's a member of the Huns. I'm sure most of you are familiar with their camp. It's amazing at Estrella every year. But this individual, he's been playing since '93, and he's put a ton of time dedicated to making that camp look so period. He's always dressed in perfect period garb for his persona, welcoming the others. He provided a tent for us a couple of years ago at Estrella so that we could host a visiting royal, and just always has a smile on his face. And we figured out that he's not a lord. So today we'll give him his AOA.
Pray attend all ye unto whom these letters come. We, as king by right of arms and queen by grace and beauty and wisdom, are well pleased by the works and kind disposition of our subject, who has with strength of character and a generous heart brought honor and fair renown to our glorious kingdom. For this worthy cause do we call forth Beric of Sugduck, and with pleasure do we bestow upon them an award of arms. This we do by our hands and royal will on this, the 23rd day of November, in the year of the Society 54, which is 2019 as reckoned by the common calendar. Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
The illumination on the scroll was done by Lord Colesvane Ludrothen, and the calligraphy was by Dame Jennifer Trethewey.
3 cheers for the newest Lord of Atenveldt. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Our next order of business is with Karma Tinzen Condro.
So Karma's she dabbles in a little bit of everything, frankly. She's a pelican, and she does amazing silk banners, as well as shooting archery, and she has achieved the rank of bowmaster for her period crossbow. She has put in countless hours practicing and teaching, and because of that service in particular, we would very much like to recognize you today as an Azure Archer.
that all may know your skill in the practices and teaching in the combat art of archery in our realm, we, Morgan, King by right of arms, and Elizabeth, Queen of grace and beauty, do admit you, Karma Tinzin Kondro, into our order of the Azure Archer. We ask that you continue to share your expertise with all people in our realm. Known on this 9th day of May, Anna Societatis 55, also called 2020 or 2020, Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
The illumination on this scroll was done by Lady Elena Zarkova, and the calligraphy was by Isabel de Estella.
3 cheers for our new Azure Archer. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Thank you, Your Majesties.
Thank you.
Their Majesty's next order of business is with Zanetta Zavata.
Yay, you're here. So actually, I have business with you today. I just wanted to recognize, first of all, that amazing hair. It's
Thanks,
always
Mom.
amazing.
Good morning.
I love it. But you've been playing this game for a little while, primarily in a household. And then within the last, I don't know, maybe 18 months or so, you started coming out to the barony and you just jumped right in. And you've done a ton of work, and you're just always just such a delight to be around. You always have a smile on your face, and you are so welcoming to everybody, and just open with your arts and giving with your time. And for those reasons and so many more, today and every day, you are in my grace.
As it is in the Queen's duty to encourage courtesy and grace amongst her people, so is it her privilege to recognize those of her subjects who exemplify these ideals. Therefore, do we, Elizabeth, Queen of Atenveldt, are pleased to name Zanetta Zavata as a member of our Order of the Queen's Grace. May their courtesy continue to be an example to our populace. From our hands, this 18th day of April, Anna Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era, Elizabeth Queen.
So the scroll for this was done by His Excellency Sevid, and the glass box that it's in was done by Her Excellency Irisco. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
3 cheers for this new Queen's Grace. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Their Majesties have business with Edgar Witt-Otkra.
Even with everything that's been going on, Edgar has still been shooting archery with a lot of regularity, and he's achieved bowmaster.
When an archer, through hard work and dedication, climbs and achieves that which many seek but do not grasp, the Kingdom of Atenveldt sings a song of great joy. And let it be known that Edgar Witt-Otkra earned the rank of bowmaster period crossbow. May his skills never fade and his arrows fly true in defense of our land. Given this 9th day of May, Anna Societatis 55, being 2020 in the Common Era, Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
The scroll for Edgar was done by Khmer de Misericordia, patent pending.
And I love the fact that it looks like him.
For our newest bowmaster, hip hip,
Huzzah!
hip hip,
Huzzah!
hip hip.
Huzzah!
The next item of business with their Majesties is Liseo Knapp von Kolmberg.
She's been the autocrat for Kingdom 12th Night and for Southern Crusades. Each of those is a large undertaking in and of itself. But to have an autocrat who's willing to do one and then come back and do the other is pretty impressive. And that's amazing. And she was working on autocrating the Art of War when it was still going to happen. She's been serving this kingdom for a very long time. And so today we would like to recognize her as the light that she is.
Let all who hear these words know that we, the Crown and the Kingdom of Atenveldt, are pleased by the dedicated service of our subjects. These hard workers make the dream brighter for all and keep our kingdom running. One such is Liseo Knapp von Kolmberg, who we name a light of Atenveldt. Done this 4th day of January, Anna Societatis 54, being 2020 in the Common Era. Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Master Rowan McKay.
3 cheers for our newest light of Atenveldt. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Their Majesties now have business with Rock Aethelwolf.
I've known Rook the better part of my life. He's actually the individual that got me started in the SCA, but he's a lot more than that. He's been a trusted friend. He's been a person I look to on how to treat people, actually. He's an amazing individual. Through all of these years, he's always been steadfast. He's always been there when I needed somebody. And for that, this day, I make him a baron of my court.
It is our prerogative as king and queen to honor with the titles of baron those of our subjects whose notable attributes have pleased us and is given in appreciation of their contribution to our realm. We name Rock Aethelwolf baron of the court in the kingdom of Atenveldt. We do further reward him this day with a grant of arms, and having commanded our heralds to devise neat and suitable arms, do hereby grant unto him the following ensigns immortal, to wit, sable, a mullet of 4 points, gules, fimbriated ore between 4 horses' heads, cooped, and one in sinister chief argent, the other's ore. Henceforth, he shall have the sole and exclusive right to bear these arms in the society for creative anachronisms without let or hindrance. In witness whereof, we set our hand this 9th day of May, Anna Societatis 55 being 2020 in the common era. Morgan Rex, Elizabeth Regina.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Lady Atenveldt von Sersen.
3 cheers for our newest Baron of Atenveldt. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Your Majesties have business with Ulricana of Twin Moons.
Ulricana, over the last 3 years, has really dedicated her world to the field. She's always on the tourney field. She's always trying to help others. She works well as a unit on the melee field, and today I would see her made a member of the Hawk's Lure.
The fighting disciplines, both in teaching and in the use of weapons in defense of glorious Atenveldt displayed by our subject. Therefore, because we are inspired by such gallantry and service, both on and off the field, we do this day admit Ulricana of Twin Moons as a companion of the Order of the Hawk's Lure. We ask our new companion to continue to be a model of courage, courtesy, and honor for all to emulate. Done on this 18th day of April, Anno Societatis 54, or 2020 in the common era. Morgan, King, Elizabeth, Queen.
That is a very nice scroll.
So the really exciting part about that very nice scroll is that it was done in its entirety by your roommate, Baron Seven.
Cheers for the newest Hawk's Lure. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Your Majesties now have business with Elise Laglanate.
I had the pleasure of working with this lovely lady on coronation garb for Her Excellency Golda. And I was just stunned by your skills with embroidery, just beautiful work. Totally not why we wanted to talk to you today. Today, we want to recognize your amazing skill in calligraphy and illumination. I don't know if you guys all got to see or not, but she entered this book of hours at Estrella and actually won the competition with it. It was amazing. She's super generous with her time and her talents, always willing to help people by teaching them or sharing her art with them. And for those reasons and more, we would like to recognize her today as a golden quill.
Pray heed to the word of Morgan and Elizabeth, King and Queen of Atenveldt. Our lands and court have long benefited from the talents of our scribes. Through their gifts of time and art, they enhanced these, our current Middle Ages. Our good subject, Elise Galante, has time and again proven to be one of these generous souls, and so this day we grant arms and name a companion of the Order of the Golden Quill. done now by our hands and will on this, the 7th day of March, Annus Societatis 54, being 2020 Gregorian. Morgan King, Elizabeth Queen.
This scroll was done in its entirety by Ipsitu David.
3 cheers for her ladyship, our newest golden quill. Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
Hip, hip.
Huzzah!
I wish that we could give you all answers to when we can all be together again at the same place and not virtual. We don't have answers to that right now because, quite frankly, there aren't any answers in the real world or this one. So we do have plans to continue doing virtual courts. So because there are still a lot of amazing people out there doing a lot of things to keep us all engaged with each other, be it teaching classes online, Zoom meetings, and we want to be able to recognize those people. So continue sending in award recs. We'll continue making sure that we do courts and recognize those people, and know that we love all of you, and it's rough for us not being able to see you.
Thank you, everybody, for coming today. And I think this is the fastest we've ever gotten through that much business ever. Highnesses, I believe, had something to say.
Yes, so there was a polling for the barony of Ered Sul, and we are announcing that Christopher Miana will be the next Excellencies of Ered Sul at a time to be determined. So we look forward to seeing them sit the baronial seat again. They were the Baron and Baroness when I started, and they were an utter delight, and I look forward to seeing them do the job again. Obviously, things being as they are, we wish we could provide you with more information, and we look forward to doing so at a later date.
Is there any further business before the court? This hereby closes the first virtual royal court of their majesties, Morgan and Elizabeth, King and Queen of Atenveldt. Long live the king.
Long live the king.
Long live the queen.
Long live the queen.
Long live the crown prince.
Long live the crown prince.
Long live the crown princess.
Long live the crown princess.
Long live the sovereign lands of Atenveldt.
Long
live
the sovereign lands of Aten.
Aten.